What is up, everybody? I am joined by my friend Kyle from Nothing But Reds, all the way over in America at 9:45 in the morning, sir. Fair play.
Hey, that's nothing compared to what time we had to get up for the match itself, dude. But hey, it's worth it in the end, right? I mean, really nervy, but totally worth it. Now I'm a Leeds fan for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'm going to torture myself and do a watch along of that game later on,
Oh, good
hoping.
God.
It's one of the games called that I have penciled in for a little bit of hope. That West Ham and Wolves are the three games I'm holding out a bit of hope for.
Hey, Wolves, if history shows us anything, man, Wolves have it in them. Wolves have it in them to do it. So, but I don't want to.
Hopefully,
That's the last match of the season, right? Or no, it's to be determined. They don't have a date yet, I don't think,
I
for
think
the
I
Wolves
think
one.
Villa's their last game.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. So, man, I mean, they kind of have a tough schedule remaining, but hey, any team that can pull it off, that's fine. Just do it, please.
Absolutely. As we've been brought to you all day today, my friends, as you can see below, we're being brought to you by Surfshark, the greatest VPN provider out there, in my humble opinion. Whether you want to watch Netflix from USA, Japan, wherever your little heart desires, Surfshark have got you covered with uncrackable encryption, the most secure VPN protocols. You can get 83% off and 3 months additional free with the link in the description. Right, Kyle, plenty to chat about, my friend. Firstly, please do go over, check out our friends at Nothing But Reds. The link will be in the description of the stream. Go over and check the guys out. Fantastic channel. Always lovely to hear from different Reds around the world. But let's go right back to the team news, Kyle. How did you feel when you seen the changes the Kloppo made?
Dude, I was kind of surprised. I mean, yeah, you got to rotate eventually, but against Newcastle, thinking that it's the hardest remaining match for the rest of the season, I'm very surprised to see Milner start in that match. However, I think the changes came at the right time. I mean, you guys can just see when Klopp made the subs. I mean, the gap in quality, how it completely changed the way we were playing the match. I think that's apparent. But hey, what matters is the starting lineup was able to get it done. That's all that matters, dude. But yes, to answer your question, I was very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, look, the short answer is really that's probably why we have the squad that we have. So
Yeah,
Klopp can make
exactly.
these changes. And BT, I don't know who gave the man of the match to over in your neck of the woods, but over here, BT actually gave it to Milner. And I think he deserves it just for his putting his body on the line, mate, for the first goal to get there ahead of Shar.
Dude, he was doing it throughout the whole game. There was like 3 separate instances where he's diving in head first, and then, yeah, that Shar tackle. I also think who deserves at least a shout, Joe Gomez, man. Joe Gomez was phenomenal today, and I'm so happy for him because the man rarely plays now with the introduction of Konate. Stepping up at right back, I mean, he's pretty versatile, but he had a great game today, so shout out to Joe Gomez.
Yeah, he did. He handled the physicality that St. Maximan and the Jolinton that Newcastle brought, and his recovery pace is phenomenal as well. I agree with you. I think he was brilliant today. Um, were you surprised to see that we had Milner and Henderson in midfield to start out today? Because it caught me a little bit off guard.
Yes, I was absolutely, especially against Newcastle. Tends to be in the Premier League. Klopp usually goes really strong. You kind of see that rotation more so in domestic cup games, maybe in the Champions League, but more so, I was surprised not to see Fabinho in there. Like putting Hendo back in the pivot role, that's something we haven't seen in a while. So yeah, definitely surprised with that. Good to see Keita in there, so we have some creativity. It definitely wasn't as stale as back in the day when it was Ronaldo, Milner, and Hendo. That's for sure. So um, hey, whatever gets the job done at this point. You know what I mean? Also, good to see Curtis Jones and Elliott on the bench again.
Yes, absolutely. Lovely to see the lads back on the bench. I thought Naby had a really good game, particularly in the first half. I thought he was really effective, and Newcastle started the game really brightly, but I thought that eventually Hendo and that midfield wrestled control of the game away.
Yeah, you got to be physical in the midfield. I think Newcastle, arguably, I mean, with the midfield they had, even though I don't think he was that skillful, they played pretty well in the midfield, and maybe that's why Klopp did rotate to go with that physical midfield between Joe Linton, Shelby, and Bruno. I mean, even though Bruno's a little bit smaller, I got to give credit to Newcastle. I think Newcastle made it a nervy game. I think they're on fire at the moment, so good for them. But Newcastle always a tough game, especially at St. James's Park. So I'm just, dude, I don't even when I look back at these games, I'm just like and breathe. We can move on to the next one. I'm not even like, I look at the game. I'm like, yeah, Newcastle played okay. It was 1-0. I would like to have two. But dude, it doesn't matter. Let's just keep moving forward. Let's just go to the next game. Let's just keep winning. I mean, but you could see the relief at the end of the match. Everyone was hugging. People like I think Van Dijk threw his arms up. I mean, every match is so critical at this point.
It felt like today had banana skin written all over it all week. The
Yes.
short turnaround. Newcastle very confident at the minute. The form is unbelievable. I think second only to us before today from the turn of the year. And we managed the game so well. And I want to give a special shout out to our defensive unit again, because once again, another clean sheet. It just seems like we can't be scored against in the league. It's brilliant. They're so good. Van Dijk and Matip were excellent today, as was Gomez and Robbo, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, and that's another thing is that our defense is so solid. Klopp is almost scared to rotate in the Premier League because honestly, after last season, you can't blame him. I feel like Klopp is like, I just want a good, solid defense. Let me rotate everywhere else. Even though we do see Gomez, the rarity that we do see him, and Allison, dude. Even though that play was offside, okay, Allison in 1v1s this season has gotten us out of so many jams. I just want to give everything's so solid. When you have a keeper that's that good in one-on-one situations, you can feel comfortable as a defender playing that high line and vice versa. You know what I mean? Allison feels comfortable with the defense in front of him. It goes a long way, especially when we play teams that are really trying to play on the break. Newcastle seemed like they tried to get in behind, but they had so many offsides today. They really they couldn't get it right.
If we are to nitpick today, we probably should have killed the game off in the second half, in particular with some of the chances we had. I think someone said to me at one point we 10 strikes on target or something like that. I don't have the stats to hand, but certainly felt like we could have had a couple more.
Something insane like 27 total shots or mid 20s, something like that. Yeah, totally should have killed the game off. I think Mane's chance was probably the one that was most surprising to me. I actually was like about to scream, it's a goal on my stream, and he misses it, which is rare because I mean, he was right in front of goal, goes wide of the post. Salah had a chance as well. Diaz had a shot that was and there weren't a lot of blocks. It was more so either just like missed chances or but sometimes you just need a little bit of composure. And it came from Naby Keita today. I mean, that was a
Yeah.
Jota-esque finish, and good for Naby too, man, because this season he's just scored screamers. Now you see that technical ability in the box. You'll love to see it, man.
Yeah, it was lovely to see him put a couple of defenders on their backside you could see it in him. You're right. He was composing himself. There was 3 men back on the line, I think, and he found a way to squeeze the ball through. And it did feel like that was a big moment in the game to get the breakthrough, to get the goal, because it meant Newcastle had to attack more. And the more the game got stretched, I think the more it started to suit us.
Exactly. And shout out to James Milner for starting that whole sequence, between the link up with Jota and Naby. Obviously, that's great. But yeah, and Keita, not only did he compose himself, he split those defenders. He said, I'm going to put the ball right between the 2 defenders for this goal. Just kind of a slap in the face. Naby Keita, man. Thank God he's having a good season. It's about time.
There was a part of the end that if it wasn't so serious, I would have nearly laughed. But it was the ball that Salah was in a foot race with Target, and all of a sudden he just turns the afterburners on. He's 3 yards away from Target before we know it. But his second touch just took him a little bit too much inside, and we made a mess of the chance. But we created a lot today, which, look, we didn't take the chances. But again, it's a good sign that we're creating at this point of the season.
Yeah, of course. And, I mean, I don't know if we're top in the league, in the Premier League, in goal scoring. We're definitely up there with City, I feel like. But I mean, we're going to create chances. That's what we do. It's just a matter of breaking the team down. And again, I'm going to go back to give credit to Newcastle. If we're strictly talking about the game, Newcastle looked very organized, and they played a lot better than they have earlier in the season and in years past. I just think Newcastle are on the up and up. I just can't stand Joe Linton. That's the only thing. I think Joe Linton is such an overrated player. He's so trash, dude. But that's a side note. I just wanted to get that out.
On the James Milner challenge for the goal, I don't know what the commentators were saying when you were watching it, but was there any conversation around somebody thinking that was a foul? Because for me, when I looked at it, I seen Milner getting there first. I seen the studs going away from Schär, and then I seen Schär catching the back of Milner's heel. That was my viewing of the incident. I thought it was a good piece of refereeing, and there was nothing in it to pull it back for or give a free kick.
No, I think everyone's on the same page, to be honest with you. I mean, in real time, I thought he won the ball. You watch it back from certain angles, maybe it looked like, studs up, but it wasn't studs up towards him. He was reaching for the ball, won the ball, and his challenge continued through. I don't think it was a foul at all. I think it was a great, aggressive, clean slide tackle. No question about it. That's why I didn't understand why Newcastle was so upset. I mean, it's just a good, aggressive play right there.
Yeah, it was, and it was Milner got there first. Whoever got there first, the other one was going to come off second best. And again, that's why we love Jimmy Milner. That's why Liz particularly loves James frickin' Milner because of
Oh,
those
yeah.
type of moments. He's just such a pro, isn't he, Jimmy? He just
Yes.
is. He just doesn't give less than 100%.
No, the man's what is he? 37? How old is he? He might as well be 50. Man's putting in shifts. I mean, doesn't matter when he's called on. He comes in and he does well. And he's getting to that point in his career where the physicality portion of his game is really like a staple in his game. Like he comes in to be physical. And that's what he was today. You talked about it earlier. Diving headers, putting his body on the line. That gives a different element because when you know a player on the opposition's being physical, you're definitely aware. It changes how you play. So shout out to James Milner.
So we said at the start that this was a potential banana skin for Liverpool, and it was. But now that we've gotten past our potential banana skin, putting the points on the board, currently sitting two ahead of City, how much pressure does that send back across now to Manchester City's players as they prepare for the game at Ellen Road tonight?
I honestly think the pressure is even on both teams because it really both teams have to win the remaining matches. I mean, that's what their mindset is. But City now, I mean, City are just quality, dude. I mean, everyone expects them to beat Leeds, and I think that puts more pressure on them. And it takes pressure off of Leeds because everyone is supporting Leeds right now. I honestly I don't think anyone's rooting for Man City. Do you find anyone who's rooting for Man City? No, everyone's rooting for Leeds at this point. I think the pressure's even, man, but all we need to worry about, and I know Klopp is telling this to the boys as well, just focus on the games ahead. Like win your games. That's all you can control. Okay. Don't stress about that's why I give you a lot of credit, man, for going and doing this watch along. That's going to be stressful to just watch Leeds and Man City. So
It
credit to
is.
you for that.
I didn't do their last game, but because it was Watford, I think, and I knew there was nothing happening there. But
No.
today, I don't know. This is one of the games I definitely had. I had earmarked for potential banana skin for Leeds, or for City, and fingers crossed Leeds are up for it because they're not necessarily fully safe yet either.
No, no, and the thing that worries me, and really is the only thing that worries me, was I think it was 7-0 earlier this season when they played them. Man City beat Leeds 7-0, 6 or 7-0, one or the other. Absolutely destroyed them. But then last season, they it was a draw both times. So anything can happen. Anything can happen, especially when you have a team like Leeds. I think they're still in that honeymoon phase with the new manager, man. Let's go Leeds, right?
Just looking as well, Villarreal have just lost away to Alaves 2-1 in La Liga. So I don't
Hmm.
know if they rested a whole bunch of players or whatever for Tuesday, but they were beaten anyway. Do you know what? I haven't spoken to you yet since our manager signed a new contract. Not
Dude,
too
tell me
shabby,
about
Kyle. Not too shabby.
Dude, I didn't even expect it. I did not expect it, but I know we were all worried about what's going to happen after Klopp, after his contract's up. Shout out to his wife. How awesome is that? That
What a
he
woman.
give. Oh my God, she deserves the statue, honestly. And I love how quick it was, don't you? That he basically gave the vibe that it wasn't even a thought. He was just like, "You like the people here? All right, I'll extend." And I can't confirm this either, but apparently he didn't get a raise either. He just
No
extended.
raise for him, and there was a 2 million raise for the staff, the coaches.
It's
He's just same
amazing.
terms, just to increase
Oh,
the length of his contract. What a
I
man.
can't. I'm just so happy to be part of this. Like, I mean, I just love Jurgen Klopp, and I know everyone else does too. And this will take him to the end of his tenure for all the contracts we extended in the summer. Everyone extended, with the exception of Allison, who went to 27. Everyone else is 2026. So he'll basically get to see out this core that he built, and then anyone else he brings in for the future. I know everyone's ecstatic, and it came at the perfect time too. A little part of me thinks that he did it also to kind of give the entire team that extra boost it needs to see out the quadruple. Like, hey, if I sign a new contract, everyone's going to be motivated to actually get this quadruple done. God, man, he is something special. He is an absolutely legendary man and manager. We're so fortunate, and we won't realize it. I mean, I know we say it, we won't realize how fortunate we are. until a decade down the line when he's not managing anymore. And we look back, this is just a remarkable organization that he's managed to turn around and a team that he's built.
Absolutely, and on top of that, I wonder if it'll certainly send the reminder to Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Naby that well, lads, I've committed my future. I'm going to be here. Over to you guys now.
Great point. Great point. Didn't even think about that. And again, that makes me think that there's more to this Salah contract talk, because if Klopp can just do it like that, he essentially made it sound like it was his decision. Like he called up the
Oh, he did. He got his agent.
Julian Ward. He was like,
he got his agent to call up and sort it quickly
in like 2 seconds. Yeah. So it's literally can be done. It can clearly be done. So Salah, there's definitely some stalling over that. Whether it's got to be on his side, dude. I don't know. Maybe he's waiting until the summer. I don't want to speculate anymore. It's really exhausting. Just get the deal done. We've seen that we can get it done. If he wants to stay, as he said he wants to stay, clearly you can get it done in a matter of hours. So get it done, man.
Genuinely, when I look at this, and look, we're biased, of course, we're Liverpool fans, we're wholly biased, but if you look at it and look around, there is no better project. There isn't. There's no better place for these guys to be than where they are right now. They're all idolized. They've got a great manager, a great vibe at the football club. The stadium's constantly, increasing, facilities getting better. There's going to be investment in the playing squad. Diaz has come in and he's done fantastic. The youth prospects we have coming through are top notch as well. Why would you want to go anywhere, Kyle? Why would any of them want to go anywhere?
That's the question I've asked myself literally ever since Klopp came in, because really we've only had Coutinho, Chan, and Wijnaldum leave. Like that matter. All right. If I'm missing someone, tell me. There is no reason to leave this club. There's zero reason to leave this club. If you've ever desired as a football player to, one, be at a successful club to win things, and also be in a good environment where people are encouraging you to be the best version of yourself that you can be, Liverpool Football Club is that club. It's treated like a family. It's not treated like a business. We're not loaning out players and flipping players. Like it's a team built the right way. And that's everything you want as a professional footballer. I mean, and I guess I feel like the fans, myself, everyone, we love that aspect of it, dude. I respect the team so much more because of what we've built. You know what I mean? You love the team under Brendan Rodgers. You love the team under Hodgson. It doesn't matter. But with Klopp now and everything he's done behind the scenes, like you mentioned, with the stadium, the academy, everything now has just made this a destination club. Even after Klopp leaves, I truly believe this will always be a destination club now.
I got a little inkling that he thinks that Pep Linders will be the one to succeed him by the way he spoke about his coaches and the way he spoke about I read a great piece on the Athletic that spoke about how all the coaches love Pep Linders because he basically brings energy, brings that youthful energy, youthful coaching energy to the group. And it's so lovely that he didn't make it about him, Klopp. He made it about all of them, the unit, the collective, the group of coaches, that picture with them all together. I think there was Victor Matos, there was Kravitz, there was, I think, God, who was the other one? There was Taffarel, there was John Achterberg, and I think Jack Robinson was the other person in the picture. All together, all celebrating the contract renewals. Just, again, reiterating that it's a community, it's a family, it's a movement, it's a collective.
He couldn't have said it better, dude. And he said it in his interview, too. He said, I stay for another 2 years. And then he was like, oh, but that's not the best part. My coaches are here, too. You know what I mean? Like, he made that a point. And, oh, my God, you just love that. As if I'm on his staff and there's a video about Klopp extending, right, I'm not expecting him to say that. And he says that, I almost want to be a better manager for him. And I know every player feels that way, too. He's the most charismatic manager in the world. Anybody would want to play for this man. And we're so fortunate, dude. I'm reiterating myself. I'm a broken record, but it's all the truth.
He's the best manager in the world. We have confirmed interest in a midfielder as well. So we know Tchouameni is the one being spoken about, but if we can take anything from the stuff coming out of the press this week, is that we definitely are looking to midfield as an area that we perhaps need to freshen up in the summer. And again, if we as fans were to start writing down positions, that's probably where we'd be thinking as well.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so midfield. If Divock does, in fact, depart for AC Milan, maybe getting in a younger striker, but I do think midfield with Milner aging, Hendo's in his 30s now. Not saying that he's going to go anywhere anytime soon, but Milner, we've been talking about when is Milner going to go, but we saw today. I mean, he's still capable, but you do have to plan for the future. So yeah, I think in the name being thrown around, Chouameni, I'm all for it, man. We really don't have a backup Fabinho. I mean, you can throw Hendo in the CDM, but I feel like he's the perfect backup Fabinho, if you ask me.
It's probably a little bit more forward thinking, I would say, more of a
He's
Jude
versatile.
Wijnaldum type
Yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah. And the thing about Wijnaldum, I didn't even realize this until you got players.
Sorry, Carl, just a bit of breaking news. Confirmation: Mina Raiola has passed away. Unfortunately, that has been confirmed by his family. Mina Raiola obviously was a super agent to many footballers. Not somebody who I would have had a lot of time for, but the man has passed away. So tragic news in the world of football. And
He's young
yeah,
too, 54.
yeah, young. I think he had an illness, I believe. But yeah, just being confirmed there to me that by Connor that Mina Raiola has passed away, and that was confirmed by his family. So yeah, may he rest in peace. Do you never want to hear anything like that, Carl?
No, no. I would honestly, I didn't know. I didn't know it was just confirmed now. I saw it. I think yesterday, maybe
Oh yeah,
yesterday.
it was reported by a journalist that he had passed away. Then it was false report.
Hmm.
Then nobody knew what was happening. There was a tweet that went out from Mina Raiola's account. Nobody knows who sent that. But Connor just sent it to my WhatsApp there. It was confirmed by his family that sadly he's passed away.
Yeah, no one likes to hear that. And prayers to his family and everything, of course. It's just a sad day in football because the whole football community, that's exactly what it is. It's a community. So regardless of what you thought about the man, his antics, it's just sad to hear.
It is. It is sad to hear. I want to just get your take on Bobby Firmino for a second because we're both Bobby
Please.
Firmino
Oh yeah.
lovers. We also know that young Carvalho is going to be coming through in the summer. That's confirmed as well. I just want to get your thoughts on what you think the future holds for Mr. Firmino.
It's a great question, isn't it? It's an interesting one. I think this season it's been a struggle with him for injuries and finding his way back into the squad. I think now it's a toe injury or something. I'm not sure. But hey, this time was bound to come. I still think Bobby Firmino offers this club something that none of our other center forwards offer. I think Mane has done a phenomenal job when he's been put in that center forward role. Shout out to Mane. Jota's a different kind of player in the sense that he has that head on him, one of the best headers for a center forward in the Premier League. But I still think Bobby can do a job at this club. I mean, you can still see it with the stats. He still produces. He drops deep. He has the work rate. But I think he's getting phased out. If I'm being frank, I mean that's what happens. Players get phased out, and I think that's what's happening. We're seeing it with James Milner too. I wouldn't say we're seeing it with Hendo yet, but even though you're seeing more rotation, but again, this goes back to what we were saying earlier. The depth now, that luxury of having the depth, makes it okay. Right before, if Bobby missed a game, we were missing out on a crucial part of our offense. Now, not so much. We have so many different attack options playing through the fullbacks or creating with Thiago or Diaz. God, Diaz is special, by the way. Um,
I think Diaz's brain works too quick for his body at times.
yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, he's just God. He's so we don't really have a player like him at the moment. Like that, I think getting him was crucial. He's just so technical. He almost sucks you in, and then he'll get around you. It's beautiful. But yeah, I think Bobby's getting phased out, man. I do.
I think if Bobby realizes his time will be limited and he decides he'd like to move on, I think I'd never slag off a player for wanting to play football. Football careers are short, and if Bobby decides he wants to move on, and I hope he doesn't, but if he does, then I think Klopp will allow him to go on. Especially with Carvalho coming through. I would have liked to see him, and I hope Bobby maybe at least sees out the last year of his contract. And then maybe he can go do it on his own terms. I think he's earned that right, certainly from his performances over the years. I can't
Oh yeah.
though. I can't let you go, Carl, without getting your take of the Champions League situation. Obviously, 2-0 first leg victory for us. We travel over to El Madrigal on Tuesday, and then the other semi final, which is batshit crazy, 4-3. Nobody wants to defend. I mean, what's your take? Who we seen in the final?
It would be great either way, right? But I feel like the football gods are setting it up for a Man City Liverpool final. I really do, man. And how great would that be? I mean, this season, it's just primed for it, honestly. I'm fine either way. I do think Man City will get through the final. Great first leg, both sides or both draw. Excuse me. Uh, it's going to be a tough away leg, man. It is. It's going to be a tough away leg. I have all the confidence in the world for this side, especially because in our previous home legs we lost. I think we lost to Inter, we lost to Benfica, but we won this past one, and now going away, I'm feeling really confident. And you, like you said, Villarreal lost to Alaves today. Maybe they rotated. I haven't looked, but look, we're just so we're a momentum train right now. Everything's going our way. Klopp signed the extension. We got Diaz in. We're on fire at the moment, and I can't see a world. Knock on wood. I cannot see a world where Villarreal derail that. You know,
I struggle. See, Villarreal's strength is how well they're coached, how well they're set up.
right?
They break quickly, and I just can't see how they're going to be able to open up enough to chase the 2 goals they have to get back without leaving space for us to counter attack or to penetrate. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I mean, look, maybe the third goal would have really killed the tie off, but look,
Yeah.
if you said to me at the start of the season, Craig or Kyle, Champions League semi-final first leg, you'll be 2-0 up going to the second leg. Would you take it? You bet your ass we would.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, Champions League is always more special to me. I mean, especially now that we finally got the Premier League after 30 years. That's out of the way. That pressure's gone. Don't get me wrong. Quadruple's still on, guys. Don't get it twisted. Quadruple's still on. The Champions League is a different beast. Liverpool in the Champions League is like peanut butter and jelly. Or what's something over there in Ireland? What do y'all have? What's the comparison?
Pint of Guinness and a battered sausage.
There we go. Whatever. You know, it's different gravy, as they would say. I mean, it's just great, man.
Have you got a preference on league or if you had to have one? I know I'm being a horrible person here. If you had to have one, league or Champions League right now, which one would you take?
Champions League.
Ooh, interesting.
Always.
Oh,
So, all right. So I know people are going to get a little upset with that. If I'm just taking it isolated, if you ask me Champions League or Premier League, always Champions League. I feel like it's a better competition. It's more prestigious. However, this season, given how we've come back from 14 down, 14 behind, and how it's back and forth with City, back and forth, the Premier League would actually be sweeter, I think, unless we play Man City in the final. This is what I'm saying, Craig. Like, are you kidding me? How insane is this? We could play Man City in the final. We're head-to-head with Man City. Guys, you can't write this. Like, this might be the most insane season of football you ever watch.
it's nuts. Yeah, I don't want to be the team that lets Manchester City lift the European Cup. I don't want to be. I don't want to watch that final.
You can't
I don't
think
want to
like
be that
that. You
involved.
can't think like that. You can't think like that. You got to think Man City have nothing. You got to think we are the European royalty. Man City are newbies. You know, don't think like that, Craig. You got to stay. You got to stay positive for me, man.
I am. I don't know. I don't think that tie's finished in Madrid either. I think.
No, absolutely not.
We speak about the factor, the intimidation factor of Anfield. I mean, the Bernabeu has plenty of history and memories there, and I think the referee will be under a lot of pressure as well from those fans.
Look, nothing would make me happier, trust me, than Man City losing to Madrid. Don't get me wrong, because then we have the opportunity to get revenge on Madrid in the final. You know, they played us in the round of 16 or quarterfinals, whatever it was, and we lost. But it's a rematch of the final. You know, Salah has a chance to get his revenge. They don't have Ramos anymore. Completely different team, young defenders. Either way, it's a great final setup. Better than Liverpool Tottenham would be. Okay. And I don't want to get ahead of myself by already saying Liverpool are in the final because, of course, got to beat Villarreal. The fact of the matter is, everything is lining up. Everything is being set up for just a banger of the rest of the season.
Are you a fan of combat sports at all?
I'll watch the big ones, but no, I don't really follow it too much.
Tonight, the darling of Irish boxing, Katie Taylor fighting Amanda Serrano, Madison Square Garden. First all-female main event at Madison Square Garden. And yeah, I'm very much excited. It's going to be a late night for us tonight here in Ireland, 3 a.m. ring walk time. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
normal
huge
for you
night.
though.
Oh yeah, that's nothing for me.
Oh
That's
yeah, that's
dinner
nothing.
time. Yeah, that's fine. Kyle, I'm gonna let you go, my friend. But before I do, I want to say a massive thank you again for you for
Of
coming on.
course.
Sunday, I know you guys always have your Sunday show. What have we got coming up on Nothing But Reds?
Goal reactions, Naby Keita, and of course Sunday summary as well. Can't do a watch along, unfortunately. I didn't get it off, but hey, doesn't matter. Be able to watch the match back. What matters is that we stay focused, guys. And I appreciate you having me on, Craig. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to come on. Go and check out Nothing But Reds, guys. You'll be glad you did. Promise you that.
Yes, certainly do. Link will be in the description below. Thank you so much to Kyle as always. Thank you to our sponsors, Surfshark. You can get 83% off and 3 months additional free with the link in the description. And fingers crossed that Leeds can pull something out of the bag at Ellen Road later on this evening. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, guys. We'll be back soon. Take care. Bye-bye.